Welcome to the second episode of Wonderful Mukbang. Today we are at Adamson Barbecue. It's one of the best barbecue places in Toronto, if not the best in the world, for Texan-style barbecue. Let's go try it out.
Adamson is a Central Texas barbecue joint, focusing, like I said, on the brisket, also on ribs. Central Texas barbecue, it's very common. You won't have much sauce. It's mostly just dry rub. Brisket is from the chest of a cow. It's comprised of two muscles, one being a little fatty, one being a little lean. And this is what most people come into Adamson Barbecue for. These are our pork spare ribs. We do these for about 3.5 to 4 hours on the smoker. Like most things here, mostly just seasoned with salt and pepper. We finish it with a nice little glaze at the end. Give you some of these sausages. All the sausages are made with the trim from our brisket and our ribs. We have one that is like 90% beef, 10% pork, which is the bratwurst. It's gonna be a little bit more even split, and that's gonna be the jalapeno cheddar sausage.
Nice. Oh, damn.
Oh, yeah.
It's huge.
Oh, I'm so hungry, shit.
Been staring at this for a while, man.
I need some of these pickles.
Yeah, let's get some of those pickles.
What do you guys think of the golden knives and golden utensils?
I feel
it's what I got at home, right? So
I mean, it's just everyday
I
stuff.
feel rich, you know?
I feel like Donald Trump.
Feels very
This is probably how Donald Trump eats his hamburger,
feels
right?
very rich.
Golden forks and knives?
Golden.
Damn.
They're real, right? So if I take it home after the shoot,
No, they're
I'm
not real. They're like,
Yeah,
they're probably copper or something. It's not real gold.
I was gonna say, I mean, I wouldn't have to work another day in my life. If it was real.
Just melt it down and go home.
Just like, oh, I'm going home after the shoot, guys.
Yeah.
I'm taking it.
I was reading somewhere, a lot of people actually steal silverwares. From
restaurants and stuff?
From
No,
restaurants and
I didn't do
weddings.
it. No,
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about. I'm saying people actually.
I've done it before.
I got one from Kenny's Noodle once.
You stole silverware from a wedding?
Stole silverware.
Really?
Cause like
From one of ours?
no. No, I can't remember what restaurant it was, but I was so taken back by how they were magnetic, and I'm like, I gotta take these home and play with it.
What?
Stupid. I think I was like 19 at the time.
Magnetic.
The spoon and forks are magnetic. Like
Damn.
like they stick together. Basically, if you went, they would stick together.
That's crazy.
Yep, I'm amused by little things.
Were those from spaceships or something? Like fucking aliens eat that shit?
I took one from Kenny's Noodle. Because you know they have the tin ones, like the World War I vets use. I was like, this is nice. I want this.
Take it home.
Yeah, just
Memorabilia.
Man, I ain't even gonna front. Just stop this. Why?
This is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so today we got the food from Adamson's Barbecue. We actually went there before as a company, as a team. And I really love the food, and they're really nice. And the whole bill together was about $210. Mm-hmm. And they actually give us half of the site for free. So they save us like $25. They're really nice guys. We asked them if we could film in their store. They're totally okay with it. So they're super cool. So check them out on Instagram. free sponsorship.
Free sponsorship.
They actually, really? I didn't know about that. That's
No,
awesome.
they actually give us like half.
Yeah,
the
they're
food
really
free.
nice guys in there.
Oh shit.
Kind of brisket is fire.
Did they ask you guys to like hashtag him or whatever?
The
No.
what?
Did they ask you guys to like hashtag them on Instagram or
Oh
whatever?
no, they don't care. They're just
They
like,
don't know us.
yeah,
That's nice.
yeah.
Pickled onion.
Yeah.
The what? What were you saying?
The macaroni could use more cheese.
The mac?
Yeah.
This is all so good.
Everything else is really good though.
Falls off the bone.
The brisket, that's really melting in your mouth.
Yeah.
So it's like Texas barbecue, right? And you're saying all the meat are like smoked for a long time?
Like 4 or 5 hours or something? Insane.
They have was it an aging process? They said. They keep it in for a while, right? Like 12 hours, get it soft.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Don't quote me on that.
You have some experts on this. Just get a dumbass.
This guy's an idiot. I'm fine looking like a dumbass.
Man.
It's hard to talk when you're really hungry,
I know.
and like you just need to get the hunger out of the way, and then I think we can come up with some good topics.
I know.
I ate shit all day, dude.
This is your first meal?
I had shrimp crackers over there.
Oh, wow.
This is my first meal for sure.
Zhang, you're on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel about them taking away the likes on Instagram?
When did they do that?
Well, they're talking about taking away likes on Instagram. Because, like, a lot of people are obsessed with likes. So a lot of girls, guys, like teenagers, they have depression. Because they're chasing for likes, right?
Really?
So, yeah. So they're saying if they take away the like counter, it might be better. So, like, I
So
don't
the
know.
likes are still
So
there.
they're doing it for altruistic reasons?
Yeah, they're just trying to. And,
That's what they say, but I had a theory that sometimes you go down your list and you see things with a lot of likes, you kind of just like it because other people liked it. So you don't actually like it. So now if they take the like total away, now you're actually liking stuff you actually like.
That's right.
And ad companies can now pinpoint you even better because now you're not just liking a bunch of crap, essentially.
Yeah, because you're not just following the herd mentality of liking something. Say, oh, that post has like 1,000 likes.
Yep.
I'm gonna like it too.
So I feel like it's just another way to pinpoint people
They're just
even
talking about
even
it, right?
better.
They're not actually doing nothing.
No, they're actually.
No, they
They're
did
testing
it.
it.
They
they've
did
done
it
it.
for Canada.
For
For
Canada,
Canada,
yeah.
they've done it.
So
Oh,
in
okay.
Canada, you can't see the total likes anymore. You can still like a post, but in order to see the how many total likes you have,
Yes,
you have to
to
actually
check. Oh, okay.
personally log into your account to see how many likes you have on a certain
Oh,
post.
okay.
You can't see other people's posts.
Like, I know a lot of people, especially girls, they're obsessed about likes.
Yeah.
They'll call you like, why don't you like my photos? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
like my photo. What do you think of my photos? It happens all the time.
Yep.
I don't know this. I don't use Instagram.
Me neither. I only know this because my girlfriend.
I don't know. It's not. Is for you? Is it a big deal? It hasn't really affected me.
Like likes.
Yeah, the
I
like,
think
the total.
like is important if you're making money as an influencer. Like if you work hard to get millions of like followers, like you want that number to be shown, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, as someone who doesn't care, I feel that's true. Like
Mm-hmm.
objectively, they should have it.
Yeah.
Doesn't you think it creates more competition then to not have the likes? Because now it's like everyone's been put on the same platform now. Everyone's on the same level in a way. So now it's like you got to step your game up even more to get the attention.
I don't know. I feel like if you're good, it's not really gonna bother you,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
But I think a lot like younger people, they're just like it might help them because they don't know how to like generate likes. They don't know how to have social engagements. But for professionals, I don't think they really care. They will adapt because you know when Twitter, before Twitter, no, so it's first Twitter, then Facebook, then Instagram. In between there was there's Vine. So
Vine.
if you're a real good influencer, you go hop from different platform to different platform, right? But this is more helping teens, like teens, teenagers.
And suicide rate.
Yeah, basically.
It's like teenage girls are killing themselves at record rates right now.
Because I heard like apparently in high school popularity is based on the number of followers you have.
Really, eh?
Yeah.
Yo, I can't even imagine as a kid, like, just growing up in a world like this, where everything's
It's kind
like
of
digitized
it's
and
just
quantized.
crazy. It's insane.
I mean, we're not that old. I can kind of see it. You know,
It's kind
like when we were in high school, Facebook just came out, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I do remember people competing for friends and shit. You had real boy.
I didn't get
Facebook,
Facebook until
Friendster.
There was Friendster and MySpace.
I don't think I got Facebook until after high school.
Yep. Yeah, same.
I don't remember when I got it.
I don't understand the hype with
It was
Facebook.
around that
Yeah.
time.
I really like this meat because it has a little bit of fat, eh? The
Yeah,
fat is
the
like so
fat
juicy.
makes it melt in your mouth.
Try
The
that.
only thing that is so salty, kind of want to drink.
They didn't give us drinks?
I don't know, why do we need drinks for? We have drinks here. Like, they don't have specialty Texas drinks. They just have pops.
I think they drink Coke in Texas.
I know, but what I'm saying, like, why do you
So
buy...
Texas Coke.
Damn, look at this rib.
It's so good.
Look at this rib, eh? Look at
You
that.
got the Mexican Coke, man.
How do you like that? What do you like better? Do you like the rib
Look at
better?
that rib.
Or do you like this? Is this brisket?
Brisket, yeah.
The brisket's the best for me, man. By far.
The fat is good on it, man.
Yeah.
The
Good.
meat is like, it has a lot of texture, and there's a lot of fat.
Also seasoning as well. Smoked very well. Also smoky flavors.
This guy just moaned.
Just love it. He's like,
No, what we should do is like slow-mo shots of people eating. Like us eating the food.
oh god.
Yeah, fucking fat dripping.
I'm gonna look like a pig.
We don't already.
No, it's good, man.
Now it kind of just makes you want to use your hands. You know what I mean?
It tastes better when you use your hands.
Oh, for sure, dude.
You got some of that sweaty salt
On your fingers. Like
on your
the
fingers. Yep.
Work salt.
Now I'm doing it.
It's fucking, soften the tears of 1,000 starving children.
It's terrible. That's terrible.
This is what I would be watching.
What? What?
I was a starving child.
There are people who do mukbang every day, eh?
Goddamn.
Yeah, but they're just on their webcam and shit, right?
No, there's this girl, I think Stephanie Sue or something. My girlfriend watched her, and she eats like different food every day. And I don't know how she doesn't get fat. Because if I eat like this every day, I'll get so fat.
She's Asian, no?
It's camera magic.
Maybe she only eats some of it and then gives it the rest of her
That's
family.
like me. I can't.
She has a
I can't
boyfriend.
get
Damn, this fat is so good.
More food.
You don't lose your abs, eh?
I know. It's okay. I'll get it back
worth
next
it.
year. Man, this is a piece of fat. Should I eat it or toss it out?
Eat it.
Eat it.
Let's eat it. You can't
No
waste
waste
it.
it. Can't waste fat.
Can't waste it. Go straight to the arteries.
Who will watch us eat it? Yeah, I don't.
No, that's a good question. Somebody
It's like
will.
a
Someone will
heart
watch
attack,
it.
you know?
I think as soon as I see myself eating, I'm like, what the fuck? I close the video.
So you watched the other one, right?
No, I haven't watched it yet. I haven't watched any of the things we made yet. But I have to.
You gotta review them.
Jail.
It's like I don't even want to talk. I just want to. I just want to
I'm
eat.
gonna eat.
I just want to eat.
I know. The first thing I ate was just like juice. It's not too juice today.
Not too juice like the Germans did for their breakfast.
Like protein juice.
No.
Fuck, these gold utensils are so fancy, eh?
You're a little.
You can't speak.
It's okay. It's fun.
You know what we should do next
Too
time?
good?
We should do a competition eating.
Of what? Who can eat the most?
Who could eat the fastest? Every one of us has a portion, and we compete to eat.
I'll win.
Do you think people will watch that or?
You'll win.
All right, well. I also have not seen Yang eat before, so
The thing is, like real competition eating, what they do is they eat with water. So they basically
Oh,
like
right.
swallow
it down.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, what's his name? Kobayashi?
Kobayashi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's kind of gross if you think about it. Like they eat like hot dogs with the
Yeah,
bread.
they dip it.
They dip it in water and then just kind of crush it
Yeah,
into their
kinda
mouth.
gross. Yeah.
It's disgusting.
He's the first person to invent that method, eh? And
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
he's the first one who did it. After he did
I don't
it,
think he even swallows it. I mean, he doesn't even chew the hot dog. He
No,
just
swallows
the
it because
Yeah.
it crushes the bread. And that's how privileged our country is. So yeah, eating contests and stuff. Do you guys know? You guys know Kobayashi? How he ate all those hot dogs?
You small guy too, eh?
Yeah, he's tiny. But he's ripped. That's what's crazy. But he's ripped. He showed this video of him lifting his shirt after he ate. You could still see his abs.
No way.
Look like
expanded. Though?
it's super like just protruding, like expanded,
Oh,
but he still had abs. It was just surprising to me.
That's all like body fat percentage.
But if you think about it,
Basically.
where's all that food go? Because you're consuming more than, I'm assuming, more than 3,000 calories at a time.
he probably took a big dump.
What's the record? Do you guys know?
No idea. But
Well,
does your body have to work?
Hundreds, huh?
No, food eating.
Hot dogs? Ooh, I don't know, hundreds?
It was like 55. It's like a time limit. You have either 10 minutes,
Oh,
1 minute, 5 minutes, and it's just amount of hot dog.
Okay.
Like different places have different challenges. Some places hot dogs, some places like burgers, some places like pie, whatever.
I know there's some places in the States that make you eat like a huge steak. You got to eat it under 10 minutes.
And if you do it,
if you do it, it's free.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
You do
That's
it, it's free.
filthy McNasty.
Oh, that's what it's called.
Yeah, yeah.
That's nice.
I did that. I tried twice. I failed. I couldn't.
How
do
much?
It was
How
actually,
much are the steaks?
the steak is like maybe this big, but they give you like tons of rice.
fries.
Yeah,
oh, you have to eat the rice.
yeah. I
how
finished
they
the
get-
steak, but I couldn't finish the fries.
That's how they get you. Potatoes are heavy, man. You eat some mashed potatoes and you're full for the rest of the night.
That's true.
You hear about that girl that died eating a bunch of hot dogs?
Who you know some? Yeah.
Yeah. It was a girl from my high school, right?
Yeah.
That was your high school?
That was a girl from our high school.
How did she die?
Um.
Well, the
hot
story.
dog.
The story is just choked on a piece of hot dog.
Yeah, she just choked in a hot dog.
Did this happen? Did it happen in school?
No, this is after high school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This is like well after high school, maybe.
Um,
not well
no,
after, maybe like
no,
5
like a-
years only.
No, not even.
Not even?
Mm.
3, 2?
Like 2-3 years.
You think that's real? She actually died eating a hot dog?
Well, why would you make that up, right?
Yeah.
That has to be real. It's like, oh,
It's
my,
just like-
how my buddy dies. Like, how you died? You died of choking on hot dogs.
Yeah.
And then-
Trying to figure that out though. It's like you gotta kind of go back to like who did you hear it from? Who did they hear?
Like
it from?
you sure that's not a rumor?
I forgot who I heard it from,
It's real
honestly.
boy probably.
But I forgot who I heard it
It's
from.
probably real boy.
I think I heard it from different people.
Like multiple people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of shit in high school that is still unresolved. Like, Tim, did this guy win $10 million or not?
Didn't
You had a friend that won money?
Yeah, apparently
no,
he
but
won.
didn't you say that your family?
Yeah,
knows
we
your family?
we have pretty good. No, not mine, Mark's.
Mark's family.
So again, before all that, there's a bunch of anecdotes. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, we went out to eat, and all of a sudden this guy is like, oh, I'll pay for it. A bunch of little anecdotes, circumstantial evidence. But then
So what happened? Did he actually win $10 million?
there's enough circumstantial evidence to say that he did.
Did he disappear though?
No.
no, he still came to school every day. Like even after rumor, he still comes to school every day. Normal,
That's kind of dangerous. Like he could get kidnapped.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you hear a bunch of crazy stuff. Apparently he bought all the houses in his neighborhood to bring in family and shit.
Then they probably did win $10 million.
But who knows that that's real or not? Like who, you know?
But yeah, it was Mark's parents who knows his parents.
Yeah,
And apparently get confirmation from there.
yeah.
Was there someone from Markham that got kidnapped?
Yeah,
Rich kid?
recently a rich far guy. He got kidnapped. They caught the kidnappers, eh? And didn't you say like some guy also like stole like from a Rolex store?
Yeah, there's a Rolex store in Markham. Apparently, one of the employees that works at the Marriott overlooks the Rolex store. Apparently, someone drove a truck in, and I can say that it did happen because it was like under construction. He showed me. He's like, it looks like it happened recently, and he's like, they were only in there for like 3 minutes, in and out. Like that's all you need though. Like how much is one Rolex?
One Rolex store is like 10 grand.
So imagine what you can do in 3 minutes if you could just swipe all of that stuff.
That's true.
Was he beat up at all, or
Who?
was he hurt in any way?
No, because he said he was overlooking it.
Oh.
And they also had CCTV footage of it. Imagine seeing that though. I would probably hide.
I heard that guy, the guy from Empire, he got acquitted.
Jesse Smollett.
Smollett guy.
Yeah, Smollett or whatever. He got acquitted for.
Yeah. But they're still looking in the case though, eh?
Yeah. But it's closed, eh? Like they don't. No one's gonna find out why he got acquitted. They're not going.
No, they're investigating Sandra Fox, something Fox.
Who's that?
It's a prosecutor.
Oh, okay. Oh, they're investigating. Okay.
They're
alright,
investigating a lawyer.
Oh, okay.
But I think by
You
law,
think like Smollett paid him off or something?
no, they probably have personal connections. But by law, like he's off the hook because like you can investigate someone for the same crime. It's called double jeopardy, right? So he's off the crime for that case. But they're saying they might try to tie him to mail fraud because prior he also mailed himself a letter saying I'm a white supremacist. I'm coming to attack you. But there's no proof of that, but they're looking into that because if they could charge him on that, that's like a 7 to 10 year, like it's a federal crime, mail crime.
Yeah.
But what he did in like the current situation, he got away with it.
So mail crime is something like that. Like you can send yourself a death threat.
Yeah,
that counts as mail crime.
Well, I mean, he reported to the cops.
And
Okay.
pretended it is like, you know.
Pretend it was a real threat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like imagine you mail someone else saying I want to come and kill you, blah blah blah. Like that's a real threat. And
They don't just charge you for the threat, but they charge you for mail crime.
it's both. But in his case, you know, his crime of like leading on an investigator.
Yep.
That case is dropped. So they can't charge him again. It's double jeopardy, right? Like you can't charge someone for the same crime twice.
Yeah.
So he got off on a technicality then.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. They don't know why they dropped her.
Who knows why things happen?
Yeah, all the guys in the right are pissed off.
No, even like the police.
Yeah.
Everyone
Everyone doesn't like him. No one likes that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How could you?
Especially with the internet, it's brutal.
How could you?
It's like, what was the motive for doing it?
No, he just tried to
Yeah,
advance his
attention.
career.
Trying to get attention.
Advanced their career. Yeah.
Then he probably he doesn't like Trump. He's probably one of those
And the other
progressive people.
the other rumor is that because you know Childish Gambino.
Yep. What about him?
This is America video. The music
Yeah.
video.
Yeah, I know that.
This is really good, right? And he got lots of attention, blah blah blah. And Jesse Smollett had a similar thing going. Music video had like political statements in them, but it just didn't get anywhere.
Oh,
And he's rapping.
he's a rapper,
Maybe it wasn't good.
Maybe he sucks.
No,
Childish Gambino's sick.
but just as well as a rapper.
Yeah, I think so.
Is he good?
This is a musician too.
Oh,
No, but
He's
like,
an actor musician.
Yeah.
and
he's just jealous then.
I don't know about him.
Trying to get attention.
so as soon as Childish Gambino released that video, he wanted to do something for himself too, right? So that was what he came up with.
Isn't that's like the easiest thing you can make up too? Like two guys in MAGA hats or Make America Great Again hats, and
I mean, the story is just so stupid. Who's gonna believe
He just
that?
didn't think it through. Like it just sounds so ridiculous.
No, but a lot of people actually believed it. A lot after supporting him. It was like 2 a.m. And Polo Rotex, and they apparently hanged him, and his subway sandwich is still intact. It's like a lot.
So the other thing that happened was he went home.
so
He says he went home, called the police, right? So he's sitting at home. He still had the noose on his neck.
Yeah,
to
why you
show the
keep that
police,
around
like, you
wrist?
don't- Yeah.
Yeah. You take that off immediately.
Yeah.
That's it.
yeah.
Why would you have the noose on your head?
Yeah.
If what happened
No, I don't get why he went to Subway. Why would he go to Subway at 2
at 2
a.m.?
a.m. Yeah.
But you
You're saying
know
so.
what I find is scary is that you can make something up like that because he knows that people probably don't fact check anything. They just whatever headline comes up is a fact already, right? That's just how the internet is. I find that there are people that form opinions without even really looking into why they believe that. Like they just believe it at face value and they don't do any other research because it fits their narrative of like how they want their life to be.
Yeah.
Right? It fits their agenda.
Yeah.
So I think that's scary. Is like some guy could just make up some crap and basically, 100,000 people will follow it because they don't want it fact checked. It's the age of information.
That's just how it is, though. It's always been like this.
People are always. It's just easier now with internet.
Yeah.
Where the news it's like that, right? So.
Because you can just be,
But
hold
you-
on, let me put on my Google.
That kind of
Google this
behavior
shit,
is, I wouldn't call it scary because it's normal, right? So it's
Yeah,
like whatever.
no.
That's how people are.
It's been going on
But-
forever. It's
But I mean, it can cause
it's like a
riots.
bias, right?
It's what's scary is how easy it is now for it to happen.
And it can cause riots.
Yeah.
It's just basically confirmation bias. Like you look for.
Do you guys want the last
Exactly. Yeah.
last rib?
Yeah, and that's the same thing
You guys
that's
want the
going
last
on
rib?
for. No, go for it.
It's been going on for a while.
In the scientific community. Like if you're a scientist that you want to prove something, you could actually like misread your data just to prove like what you're trying to go after. Say for example, you're trying to prove this thing to be effective against certain diseases, like the drug that came up. You could come up with a set of data, and you could read it totally differently from somebody else.
It's true. I mean, you
Yeah.
can basically determine what you deem to be evidence.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
let's say 10 things don't really match up with your agenda, but the
Yeah.
one thing does,
Yeah,
then you
could
jump
just
on that.
focus on
Yeah.
it. That's how people get into conspiracy theories and shit.
Yeah.
They can just look at one YouTube video of, we never landed on the moon, and they could like have a bunch of different videos that link up to the same thing.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Oh fuck! I just watched 10 videos that tells me that
So,
we never landed on the moon.
Do you believe that people have landed on the moon?
Absolutely.
Yes, they did.
In a studio, though, right?
Because the arguments against it are so stupid. Like the main one is like, oh, that fucking what was the name of the rocket scientist? Von Braun.
I don't know.
The
I don't actually know.
There was a German rocket scientist who NASA wanted, obviously, because he pioneered.
Yeah, it's Von Braun.
Von Braun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they wanted it's like Operation Paperclip, where they're transferring all the top German scientists over to America, and the propagators of the theory that they didn't land the moon is they're literally their literal argument is, but they're Nazis. It's like that's not an argument, man. It's like okay, sure, he's a Nazi, but he's at the forefront of that field.
So
I don't care if he's a Nazi. I want him. It doesn't matter.
So what they're trying to say
I
is
don't care if
like,
he's a pedophile.
because
he's a Nazi,
because you're evil means you couldn't have done it.
Yeah.
That's basically what they're trying to say.
And that
That's
doesn't
what they're
make-
basically what they're saying.
Well, it's not even because he's evil. It says that he's associated with
With
evil.
Nazis.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not. You can't say. I don't even know if he's evil or not. You can't say that. But it's just a dumb argument. They have more technical arguments like something about the shadows and how there's no stars. But
Yeah.
even that's all been debunked like on a technical level. And then when
Yeah.
that's debunked, they go to their more emotionally charged arguments, which is he's evil, he's a Nazi, which that doesn't make sense.
I find that those tend to get a lot of traction is when you start aiming at the emotional side of things.
Well, that's how cults start.
Yeah.
Because that's all you need. All you need is charisma. You look at all the great leaders in history.
Yeah, I got charisma.
Alexander, Genghis Khan, blah blah blah. You could be the greatest general, but if you don't have a personality, no one's gonna follow you.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. That's like the book, what was it, 48 Laws of Power? One of them is like something about increasing the need of building a cult-like following. That's like one of the things that make you a powerful person.
Yeah. Because there are very few people out there who thinks purely objectively. It's
Yeah.
very, very, very rare. It's like 1%. I can't give a number.
So like someone
like
that...
no one's 100%, but
Yeah.
like maybe at 80%.
Yeah.
Even that.
Basically
is
someone that looks at
insanely
both
rare.
sides, right?
Someone who just disregards their feelings and looks at things completely
The way-
rationally.
yeah.
That's a
that would
very
be a
rare
computer.
thing.
That would
Yeah.
be a machine.
That's
would kill
I know,
us
but I
eventually.
think most people are capable of at least like a 60%, 70%.
Yeah.
I'm 100% full.
Oh damn.
But it's a very
That's
So
your
my...
average person
that's
is so
facts.
easily swayed.
Facts, yo. Facts.
No, it's true. The whole sheep mentality, like that's what actually scares me is the fact that these people in the media know that they can trick people so easily that they could just make stuff up. Like let's say hypothetically, remember that shooting in was it New Zealand?
Yeah, Christchurch.
What if here's just a crazy theory? What if somebody made a video like that, faked the whole thing, right? And because now we have the internet, you could essentially spread that out to the whole world. Now you have
Right.
now you can essentially one guy could have created a whole riot
Yeah.
Like that could have just been his agenda. I'm not saying that it wasn't
That's
a real,
crazy.
not a real video,
Yeah,
but
that's
I'm
true.
saying eventually it could happen where someone fakes something so big like that,
Yeah.
and it would blow up. It,
Yeah,
it could
it's
start.
like 9/11.
It could start.
It
could start a war.
9/11 was a conspiracy. So it didn't happen.
Here you go. Didn't happen. So now
But
we
it's
can.
something like that.
No, I'm kidding. 9/11 is a real tragedy. It's terrible. It's just a joke.
Yeah. No, but something like that could be easily looked into because you can look up the names of the victims.
No, for sure you can look into it, but
Yeah.
at that moment, like the guy live streamed.
Oh,
right?
yes,
So
yeah.
Imagine you set up this whole school,
Yeah.
right, full of kids, right? They're all paid child actors,
Yeah,
whatever, or extras, whatever.
Just get a webcam mic
get
or
a
whatever.
webcam.
Yeah.
I mean,
Crappy
this
quality.
is what I mean by someone who's rational won't immediately have an emotional reaction to it. I have an anecdote when we were teenagers, when we were at the mall.
Yeah.
We were at Pimo, and I think it was Dominic and Michael. They called us,
Yeah.
and they're like, "We got jumped by a bunch of black guys," all right?
Yeah,
then
and we didn't say it.
and then my little brother, he's a younger guy, he's very emotional. He's like, "Yo, let's go over there, kick their ass and fuck them up." And I'm like, "Dude, I don't know, we don't
They're
know."
gone. They're
Like, what if
probably
what if there's like 10 of them, and all of a sudden ended up they were joking the whole time.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean?
You can't joke like that now.
Yeah.
There's like it's different times.
It's
now.
different time now. Back then, I was.
You
But
can't-
again, that's the difference between people, right? Like,
Yeah.
That's troubling. I mean, misinformation is.
Yeah.
It could be at a. Like the more information you have, you
Yeah.
think people will be more informed.
but again,
like,
if that was even if it was a real situation and we acted that way, that'd have been even worse trouble. You know?
Yeah.
What if there's like a ton
That's
of
how Donald Trump won, yo.
yeah.
Fake news. Fake news, bro.
Okay. Are you guys all full?
I'm pretty full.
Okay. All right. So thanks guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.